Hey Cancer, welcome back to Key Wisdom. My name is Ruth, and this, my darlings, is your reading for the month of May. I don't ever specify what this reading's going to be about. I was about to say, but the first card out is going to dictate what this reading is about. And clearly, Cancer, it's the Chariot, so it's all changed for Cancer. This is the energy that's pushing with the Chariot energy there. This is the energy that's pushing you forward this month. Okay, that's underlying the Chariot energy, and that is the Wands. Okay, so excellent. So you are coming into this month of May, Cancer, with this wanting to do something, wanting to go somewhere, wanting to change something, wanting to address something. Let's have a look at where you've come from in the past. Oh, you've come from the Four of Cups, emotional foundations, emotional truths, emotional awareness, and you are definitely clear about something or someone. Now, these messages over here, don't worry for now about that. This is from your higher self. Okay, where you're going. Wow, so you are making changes then. You are making changes. So this is where you're heading this month. We've got some outcomes here as well, which we'll look at the end. And we'll clarify all the cards as we go, okay? Or as and when. Like some will come out immediately, like this one for the Chariot. Others will come out just whenever. Whenevs, babes, whenevs. Others will come out whenevs. Whenevs. Right, okay, so it's interesting because I started, it's the 26th today, so it's a super moon in Scorpio, the pink supermoon. And this energy, this card wants to come out to clarify the base of the reading. Okay, and these energies have just been, this message has just inserted itself into the reading. Last month it was a different message. This month it's this message. This message is your higher self reading. It's a reading, it's a message directly from your higher self. It's inserted itself into the reading, so I have to keep it there for you guys. There you go. I'll tell you what it means eventually. Okay, so we got card at the base of the reading is Temperance. Beneath that, the Seven of Wands. Okay, card at the base of the reading is Temperance energy, and it came up with a clarifier, which doesn't happen often. The energy of Temperance, to experience it from your side, from our side, can feel like everything's slowing down. So, you know, people may feel frustrated by that, but it's as if things slowed right down. And there's this energy, there's this like measured movement forward. There's a real sense of a clear channel that's actually moving you forward. There's a clear source that you're connecting to that's helping to move you forward. You're connecting with source to move you forward. So you're a source of inspiration, a source of a feeling that you have towards somebody or towards something. You're using that to be your guide. So I love Temperance energy. Well, I mean, it's been here for 3 years for me. So I've had to learn to love it, but there is real wisdom and patience and healing and real deep connection to your own self and to your own strength when you are embodying the Temperance energy. It's come with a clarifying card here, the two of Pentacles. Well, it's the same. I mean, it's not the same, is it? But I mean, it's, one to the other, one to the other. There's been an energy of waiting, of and again, it can feel a bit frustrated. It can feel like you're throwing sort of spaghetti at the wall, waiting for something to stick. Sometimes we're stopping, we're starting, we're trying this, we're trying that. We're giving a bit of energy here, we're giving a bit of energy there, we're seeing how things now work, we're seeing how I now feel, I'm saying this is that type of energy. It's give and take, but it's learning as you go, going with the flow and really responding. I love this for you guys, actually, Cancer. What a beautiful reading. You know, you're really getting into your groove, into your vibe. You're really starting to listen and to respond to yourself. And that's a really, it's so pure. It's beautiful that you're so connected right now to yourself. You're so connected to the universe, whatever you call it, God, whatever you call it, angels, you know, you're really connecting to yourself, though, to your own consciousness and deep consciousness and deep knowing. Okay, wow. So look at this. It's so beautiful. This message is beautiful, Cancer. I love it. What a lovely message. So you start this month, you enter May with the Chariot energy. I want to say this is your energy, but I can't remember, Cancer, but it might be. This is your yin and yang, or your divine masculine and your divine feminine in perfect harmony. And it's that perfect harmony that creates the balance. It's the perfect harmony that creates the balance. It creates the alchemy, and it's that propels us forward. So it means that what we're feeling intuitively, what's beneath the surface, is actually having an impact on our manifest world, which is what we see here with these two energies together. We see that the alchemy that's going on beneath the surface, this putting together, mixing together of who you have always been with what you now know and understand, and what you've now learned, or what you've recently learned. The mixing and melding of those two things together is really, really starting to come to the surface, which means that you're shifting and changing, and you're manifesting things differently. You're creating differently. Things are different in your life. You will see that the input that you're having in your life is actually, yes, even if it's creating on the surface seeming instability or seeming frustration for some people mentally, energetically beneath that, you understand that this is moving you forward and driving you forward, and is actually giving you this sense of security from within. I feel like you are acting, you know, what's manifest is you know, with the King of Pentacles, this is you. It's kind of like the magician. These energies, what we see here is in the Temperance energy with the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. It's kind of got this energy of the magician, but on the ground. It's kind of like the star on the ground. It's like making something from nothing. It's like creating something from smoke, in a way. It's like you're building something real by following what you feel. Oh my god, that rhymes. But that's what it feels like. It feels like you're making something real by following what you feel. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're pulling the clouds down and you're building the snowman. It's so like spiritual, but manifest. It's like manifest spirituality. It's like consciousness manifest, that type of energy. You're creating that. You're creating something, and you're changing your world, and you're changing what's manifesting your world because you're doing things differently. But the thing that's actually driving you forward and moving you and helping you do things differently is what you're intuitively feeling, is what you're emotionally feeling, is what you're energetically feeling. That's what I feel. And it's really making a difference to what you're getting in your life, to what you're seeing in your life. Okay, I just have to say, don't forget to like this video. I've got a little thing written down, I keep forgetting to say it. Don't forget to like this video, and your next reading will be your love reading for the month of May, which we'll do next week. Okay, I'm also going to be doing collective messages for the full moon. Well, I say collective, it'll just be one video, but each individual sign will get a reading. Okay, I'm going to look at the astrology as well next week. Okay, let's move on. So this is the energy that's pushing you forward. It's like the wand, and I call this like the snake of awareness. It's like the wand energy is how we come into awareness, especially if you're an empath. It's like personified by the snake in I was gonna say Romeo and Juliet, but I meant I know I didn't mean A Midsummer Night's Dream either. I meant Adam and Eve. What's it called? Adam and Eve? Garden of Eden. Like the snake in the Garden of Eden. It's like this. the snake leads you toward knowledge. I mean, literally. And that's what the wand energy does in your body. You feel drawn towards something, or you feel that you should stay away from something. You feel aversion from something. And you follow this, you follow this, you follow this. And then eventually it brings you into awareness. It brings you into truth, to knowledge, by following hunches, by following my feel, by following my instinct. It's leading me to knowledge. That's what this wand energy represents, and that's what's really driving you forward. You're able to create a new sense of self, a new picture of yourself. You're looking, you're seeing yourself differently. You're seeing a situation differently. You're seeing your world differently, because it is different, because you're making it different, because you're applying yourself differently, and you're getting different results. That is what is happening. It's beautiful. I was like, what am I doing here? This is your recent past. You've got the Four of Cups clarified by the Queen of Cups. So as I said, let me just drink some water. You look at those energies. So if we look at these energies here, we have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups clarified by the Queen. Emotional foundations. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, you've been going through trying to understand what it is you feel, what it is felt, what is known, what is understood, your emotional foundations, what really underpins how you feel about yourself, i.e., why do you feel about this situation the way that you feel about it. That's the Four of Cups. So if you're, for example, disappointed because of it, this is just an example. It's not what you felt, but this is an example. If you're disappointed in a relationship ending, the Four of Cups is, why am I disappointed? What is the reason I'm disappointed? Let me look and reflect on those things. Let me feel where this disappointment comes from. And this is all that it is, the Four of Cups. It's that type of energy. It's clarified by the Queen of Cups. So with the Queen of Cups, this is knowing now. This is understanding now what it is what understanding what is felt, knowing what is felt. So it's as if that process, and this is what I'm saying, it's a very logical reading in a sense. It's like you're engaging with your emotions, you're understanding your emotions, you're engaging with your instincts, you're understanding your instincts. That's driving your actions forward. That's making you take new actions. That creates a new sense of security, new manifest things in your life. That's what is happening. It's a very it's a process. As I said, it's kind of like the magician, but on the ground. It's like the magician, but here, creating, making, doing real stuff. And you know that you're the magician, but you know it's magic. It's kind of like you see. It's like you've the penny's finally dropped. It's like, yeah, that's how you manifest. I always say to people, forget the books. Like, forget all those people that buy the books or whatever about how do we manifest, how can I have abundance in your life. All you've got to do is listen to it. All you've got to do is listen. All you've got to do is just be where you're at. You just have to acknowledge what you're feeling. You just have to acknowledge what you're thinking. That's the thing that's going to manifest everything, all the abundance that you want in your life. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's like you see that, you get that, you understand it, you get it, you see it, and it's happening for you. You're bringing about change. This is where you're going. This is your future. You're bringing about this change in your life. You're bringing about this change in your life because you're going through this temperance energy. You're as above, so below. That's what this means. So this is the intuition, inside feelings, and this is the actions. And it's those two things being in balance that propels you forward. Yeah. And it's a very simple message. It's very simple. You're bringing about change in your life by responding to how you feel, by responding to what is felt, and by allowing that to be your guide in changing and creating the life, the future, the relationships that you want. It's clear. I feel that clarity, and usually with water signs, because I do 4 readings a day. So I'll do like fire, and then I'll do Cancer, and then tomorrow I'll do Earth, and I'll do and I'll do Pisces. And the reason that I separate the water energies is because your energies are very strong. So when I'm reading for the water signs, it's very draining. So if I did 3 water signs in a day, I wouldn't be able to do anything for another week. So I do 1 a day. But it's like reading for Gemini today. It's like reading for Gemini. It's like reading for Aquarius. Like, air energies are the easiest for me to read for. But it's like reading for them. It's like, this is such a clear message. Like, you get it. Like, you actually you understand how to affect change in your life. You understand how to bring about change in your life. You understand how to manifest the relationship, the job, the money, the wealth, the business, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whatever it is you're trying to create, and you know what that is. You've already gone through the information. You've already gone through understanding what that is. You already know what that is. You're the King of Pentacles here. You're the Chariot here. You're the King of Pentacles, moving forward, manifesting, following your instinct, intuition, and what is felt, what is known, and what is felt, and what is understood. You are bringing about this change in your life. You know what it is you want to change. You understand how it is you want to change it. You understand what it is you have to do in order to change it, and you do it, and you bring it in. So let's have a look at how, I mean, that's beautiful. That's what you're heading to. You're heading to change, and you know that you're heading toward change. It's like, you don't even need, Cancer, you don't even need to read in this month. It's like so clear. You already know this. It's beautiful. This is the message from your higher self. I mean, this is your higher self. This is you as higher self. I mean, look, you are literally cooperating, working in conjunction with the higher self. That's what you're doing. And the energy is strong. The energy is strong. I was saying on, I think it was Aries had this or whatever sign it was, had this card, might have been Leo, and in this message actually, I think, and it was, the message that came through for them was, find the peace in the chaos. They had 3 other cards, and this clarified it, and this is the finding the peace in the chaos. This energy is going with it, going with the flow. This is like the surfer. This is like a brand new surfer, or a person trying to ride a horse for the first time, or ride a bike for the first time. Are you gonna become the king or the queen without riding a bike for the first time? Do you think you're gonna become Bradley Wiggins, or I don't know any surfers, but whatever, you might know some surfers, but do you think you're gonna become that if you don't practice? This is practice. That's what this is. The Knight of Wands represents practice. The Knight of Wands, like, whoa, man, like, I'm uncertain about this, but I'm gonna go for it. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. And I fell over. Oh, I hurt. Oh, I banged my arm. Oh, I'm gonna get back on the skateboard or on the surfboard or on the horse, and I'm gonna keep trying, because it's it's going with it. It's like feeling it, feeling uncertain, and still doing it. And you might fall off and bruise your arm or bruise your wrist or whatever, but you get back on and do it again, and you're like, okay, let me try. Oh gosh, like, oh, that was a bit nerve-wracking. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, let me try again. That's what the Knight of Wands represents. So whenever people talk about, I don't know what they say anymore, it's boring, but this is the type of energy that we all experience. This energy. This doesn't mean that you're a cheater or a liar or a fake. I don't know what people say, that, you know, you need to remove yourself from the zeitgeist and recognize that these energies represent each of us. These are things that we can all experience. They're archetypal energies. They're expressed. The tarot cards are like mudra, the tarot deck is a mudra in a sense. It's a mandala, I should say, not a mudra, a mandala. In a sense, it represents the whole of reality, that each of the individuals together, that's what the tarot represents. It represents our experience of reality, our conscious experience of reality, and sometimes our unconscious experience of reality. And wand energy is always our unconscious, because you can become conscious of wand energy. Like, I'm a Reiki master, right? So people who are Reiki masters, people who are empaths, we're conscious of this energy, of it actually moving through us and moving through our bodies, and it actually affecting what we do and how we do things. And you are coming into that awareness for yourself. This is what this is. It's the peace in the chaos. It's the going for it. You know, your higher self is saying, go for it, because even if this sort of listening to yourself, or recognizing your emotions, or not recognizing your emotions is not new for you, Cancer, but acting on them maybe, or having patience in the way that the Temperance energy asks us to have, might be new for you, and yet you're doing it anyway. You're listening to yourself. Temperance energy, listen. You know, mindfulness is about, this is the card of mindfulness. This is the card of listen to what is within, to what is felt, to to what is understood within. And then that listening then comes to the surface and affects our actions. This is what, and this is you mastering that. I mean, you might not start the month of as the Hierophant, but you definitely end the month. But to be fair, I think you do start the month as the Hierophant, because it's very clear that you actually know that you have to go with how you feel. You have to go with how you feel. You have to go with the flow of how you feel. And this is what you're feeling. And it's your higher self is saying, yeah, this is us. This is you. This is your higher self. Go with that flow. This wand energy is coming from your higher self. This is propelling you forward. This is the thing that's making you listen. So listen and respond and engage. Let's look at outcomes for you. 10 of Wands, the Empress, and the 8 of Wands. I mean, for me, this energy represents, I call it blood pain, this energy, because it's, you know, my channel is called Key Wisdom Tarot, not because it's just a fancy, I mean, it's a cool name, isn't it, Key Wisdom, but it actually means something. It means key. So this is wand energy, key or chi, Reiki, yeah, key, wisdom. And wisdom is divine masculine, actually. And it is wisdom. It can only be gained through experience, through walking the path. This is like the wisdom of that's held by the energy that you felt. Now, as I said, that might not be something that you're consciously aware of in your mind, but we respond. So for example, if you've ever, for example, had a let's aeroplane, flying in an aeroplane. So some people might be nervous about flying in airplanes. They do not like it. You know, they had a bad experience once, they had a bad landing once, and so ever since then they're scared of flying an aircraft. And whenever they go on an aircraft, even if their brain doesn't think it, their body feels it. If someone talks to them about, you know, being on an aeroplane, or they're watching it on television, their body will respond as if they're on this aeroplane. Or even if they're thinking, they're sat at home, they're chilling at home with the family, their husband, their wife, whatever, the kids, the friends. Someone starts going, oh my God, I was just, you know, they're talking about this really bad plane crash, or not crash, sorry, you know, experience, they had a bad landing or whatever. And this person who's not on a plane, they sat down on the ground, their body feels and reacts as if they're on this plane, and they're, you know, they feel it, their body responds in that same way. I call that's the 10 of Wands for me. It's blood pain. Let me tell you for why. It's as if we remember it, our bodies remember it, our instincts, our intuition remembers it, but our brain is not conscious of it, right? Our brain doesn't necessarily, and it might be if it's something like that, an aeroplane, but what if it's something like a word that someone uses? What if it's something like a look that someone gives you? What if it's something, and you don't register it in your brain that this look is something that triggers you or has triggered you in the past, but it does. But this is what this energy is. It's like it's a signature of all those times that you were hurt, or all the, well, in this time that you were hurt when it comes to this or whatever. It's a signature that's left. I call it a blood pain, because it's like, it's not physically on the body, but you might feel it physically. I feel it physically as an empath. What has this got to do with you, and what has this got to do with the path that you're on, and the energies that you're encountering this week? This is about where there has been restriction in the past, and so you have that reaction, right? You have that blood pain, that reaction where you've been restricting in the past. And what you've been restricting in the past is the Ace of Wands, is that wand energy, is that higher knowing, is the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, the Chariot, it's the Four of Cups, it's the refusal in the past to